today's lesson, we're going to talk about power chords, and then we're going to apply them to the 12-bar blues. Okay, so the first power chord is called E5, or E power chord. Now we call it E5 because we have the E, which is the open 6th string, and then the 5th scale degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the 5th scale degree in the E major scale. Now for the E5, we have the open 6th string, 1st finger, 2nd fret on the 5th string, and we play them simultaneously. Okay, so that's an E5, also known as an E power chord. And they call them power chords because they sound very powerful, because they're very focused. Unlike major chords and minor chords, it's very focused since it's only two different letter names in the chord. All right, now that's an E5. Let's move on to the A5. So what we're going to do here is just drop the 1st finger down 1 string. So now we have the open 5th string and the 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So that's an A5. So we have an A and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th scale degree, do, re, mi, fa, so. So the A and the 5th is called A5. All right, and then the final power chord for today is the D5. So we have the open 4th string, or the open D, and then the 5th scale degree. And we play that at the same time. And then for this one, we just have the open 4th string, 1st finger, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, so let's go back over those. So we have an E5, A5, and D5. All right, now we're going to apply those 3 chords to the 12-bar blues, but we're going to start with quarter notes first. Okay, so let's start on the A5, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A5, 2, 3, 4. Then go to D5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay in A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then D5. 1, 2, 3, 4. D5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then E5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to D5. 2, 3, 4, and A5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then E5. This is the turnaround. We're going to do a repeat back to the beginning. A5 and D5. 2, 3, 4. Back to A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. D5. 2, 3, 4. D5. 2, 3, 4. And A5. 2, 3, 4. A5. 2, 3, 4. And then E5. 2, 3, 4. D5. 2, 3, 4. Back to A5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going to use that exact same chord progression, but this time we're going to use 8th note strums, and we're going to do swing 8ths in this example. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. Back to A. 2, 3, 4. now we're going to do the same thing we just did, but this time we're going to use a variation on the left hand fingering. So we start on the A5, and then we push down with the third finger on the 4th fret of whatever string the first finger is on. So in this case, the 4th string, and then play it twice, and then go back to the A5, and then on beat 4, push down with the 3rd finger, play that twice. All right, so it'll be 2, 3, 4. And we do the same thing with the D5, and then also the E5. All right, so let's run through it with that left hand variation. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A5, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. And then D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, repeat. 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. A, like that. All right, now before we finish up today's lesson, let me give you one more left hand variation. All right, so we're going to have the A5, we're going to play that twice, and then on beat 2, we're going to use the 3rd finger on the 4th fret, and then on the of 2, we're going to take the 3rd finger off, go back to the A5, and then on beat 3, we're going to use the pinky on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and then on the of 3, we're going to play the A5 again, and then on beat 4, we're going to go with the 3rd finger on the 4th fret twice. So it'll sound like this. And we can also apply that to the D5 like this. And also the E5 like this. Okay, so what I want you to do is take that variation and apply it to the 12-bar blues. So instead of just going like this, I want you to play the variation like so. And so on and so forth. All right, so work on all of those parts with the E5, the A5, and the D5. All right, well, have fun, and I'll see you next time.